Hello and welcome to the Parlay Studios. I'm your host, Sarah Said. I'm with Jelani Goodridge-Reed and Justin Pooney. We're going to be talking about the NFL, and we need to start with Indianapolis Colts head coach was reportedly fired, Frank Reich, after his 3-5-1 start. Do you think this is the right move, Justin, for the team?
I mean, it might be the right move. I think Frank Reich's a good coach, but you can't fire all the players, right? So you got to fire the coach. So I think Indianapolis, for whatever reason, they could never get the quarterback position right.
Yeah, post Andrew Luck.
Post Andrew Luck and all of that, and they just never got it right. They thought Philip Rivers, Jacoby Brissett, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, the list goes on, and they just never got it right. And this roster has talent, right? Yeah. Michael Pittman, Jonathan Taylor's been injured this year, but we know he is, an elite running back. Quentin Nelson. They got a good defense, but they just never were able to put it together with that most important piece at the quarterback position. And I'm sure Frank Reich will get another spot. Maybe I think he will. Maybe as an offensive coordinator, maybe as another head coach. But at this particular time, the Colts need to shake something up. And I honestly think the Colts just got to rebuild.
Yeah, I was about to say blow it up.
Strip it down.
Blow it up.
Get a bunch of assets and just rebuild.
Right? I think the Colts are done. Okay, I think the Colts are done. You guys are cooked. And I don't really put this too much on Frank Reich. He did a pretty good job given the fact that, he listed off some of the not even all the quarterbacks, right?
Curtis Painter.
They had Brian Hoyer, Sam Ellinger. Like, dude,
Jacob Eason.
Like, come on. You can't work with this, right? Yeah. And you're talking about Frank Reich. He won 54% of his games given all those quarterbacks in the door. So he actually did a pretty good job, 2 playoff appearances and things of that nature. So, yeah, the Colts have been a good team. This year, I thought they'd be better. I'm very disappointed in the Colts. I thought this was a team that could challenge Tennessee for that division crown. Not going to happen. I don't really put this on Frank Reich, though. I mentioned because of, if you are a team with all these quarterbacks, 5 years of just a rotation of guys,
it's an organizational
quarterback
failure,
carousel in that whole organization is a failure on the GM, on the guys that are running this
Chris
ship.
Ballard,
That's Chris Ballard. Right,
Jim Irsay is very impulsive.
You can't be doing this for 5 years. Back and forth trying to choose guys. And you could also say Ryan Grigson, the guy previous to Chris Ballard. This could be his fault as well because had he protected Andrew Luck, this probably would have never happened.
But the weirdest part is after Andrew Luck left, the Colts have one of the best offensive lines in football.
That's true,
right?
And they have the highest payroll in terms of offensive lines. But yeah, for me, I'm very disappointed in the Colts right now. Yeah. I just find that with Frank Reich, he was a good coach, right? Yeah. But the thing is, the guy they replaced him with, Jeff Saturday. Yeah.
Jeff Saturday on First Take last week.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Jeff Saturday's not going to be the coach next year, right? This is more I think it's just a guy kind of like Rich Bisaccia last year.
Wouldn't you want a guy in-house right now?
Well, you know what? I don't.
I think the Colts should have gone.
You know what I think? You know what I think they got Jeff Saturday for because he's a beloved figure in Indianapolis.
Yeah, but that's he's just Dallas gonna hire Jason Witten.
He's just as a guy to talk to the media and kind of remember we were talking on the podcast about not being so much of an X's and O's guy, just kind of being
like a culture
guy. He's just a culture guy, right? I don't see Jeff Saturday. He's going to be back at First Take after this season.
So wait, where's Frank going to head off to next?
I think Frank Reich can chill, take it easy, because there's going to be coaching opportunities after this season, and he can pick his spot, whether it's an OC job again, or if he wants to get
I don't think he's going to be a head coach next year. Probably
I can see him being an OC somewhere,
a coordinator job. But
well, we also want to know where do you guys think Odell Beckham Jr. will head off to next?
The Giants.
The
Giants. He's going to go back to New York. I think it's perfect for him. He can go back to New York. Brian Daboll is now the coach. They're building a nice culture there.
The offense is looking better.
Yeah, Odell can slide right in, with Kenny Galladay and Darius Slayton. And, he could be that guy in New York, get his, right? You still have Saquon. So I think Odell back to the Giants, back in the Big Apple. I think he wants to be back in New York. I think New York would welcome him back. Yep. Minnesota, I don't see because they already have Thielen and Jefferson. I don't see Dallas. I'm sorry. The Bills, yes, Von Miller keeps on talking about the Bills.
He's the Bill.
They already got Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. I think the Rams are done. The Bucs could be a dark horse if Tom Brady gets in his ear and really sells him, but I think it's the Giants.
I don't want to see that happen. Obviously, I don't want him back in the division in a rival's jersey. Yeah. Dallas, of course, I want him in Dallas. Jerry, you know what to do. Okay, make it happen for once. Just make something happen, right? But I think that
But does he fit with Dak though?
that's the question, obviously.
The Dallas Cowboys
But
are a running team.
I just feel like you got to add another piece because
Mm-hmm.
you're seeing what the Eagles are doing. They've added pieces, right? And
But
you want to
does-
hang with them, right?
But does Odell coming
counter.
off that ACL injury, another ACL injury, hasn't played all year? Does him coming to Dallas and expecting to be that dude?
Well, if that happened, we're not expecting you to be Odell that had that one-handed catch on us.
You're not.
We're not. We're just expecting you to be productive,
Okay.
right? Not to
'Cause
put
yeah.
the load only on CeeDee Lamb all the time, right?
Because I think in New York, it's Saquon's.
As for New York, I think that would be a spot where he could really help out Daniel Jones to be a reliable receiver. I don't think he's going back to the Giants. I think he's going to the Bills.
Okay.
I think that, throughout these past few
Yeah.
months,
Hey
it's been the
Odell,
Bills.
hey Odell, remember when you
I
wanted
think it's
you
gonna be-
considered the Seahawks with last year?
That's
Hey,
not happening. You know one team though?
You could. I wouldn't hate you for coming, but look, you gotta.
I
Put
guess-
a star on your helmet, bro. Put a star on your helmet.
I guess
But
we're
the
gonna have
Dolphins,
to
though.
see
I think the
what
Dolphins.
happens.
No.
No,
No.
imagine that.
There's already.
Did you
There's
just
a
imagine
lot of
that?
speed burners
I was
there,
gonna say
man.
there's
Just
already.
imagine it.
Yeah, I would imagine if it's not gonna happen.
With those guys, like I'm
I
just
thought
thinking
about
about it.
it for a second. It's not
That'd
happening.
be I
No.
just think that would be
No,
crazy, but
no.
nah, come to Dallas.
I mean,
OBJ.
it's really just a matter of time for us
Come
to
to
see what happens,
Yeah.
guys. But that's all for us today on the show. And join us next time on Homestand.